Oops. Forgot to turn on my camera. Good morning. I got lipstick on my teeth. Good morning, girls. Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day here again today. In the 70s. Makes me happy. This is why I live in the South. This is why I moved south. Not for this 30-degree nonsense we've been having for 71 in February. February? What month are we in? March? March. All right. We are on March 8th. Yes, I did spring ahead. It is 8/11, right? I just let my iPhone do it for me. So I'm hoping I have it right. It is 8/11, right? It's not 7/11, is it? I hope. I just let my iPhone do it for me and hope for the best. And then I assume when I go to bed that my husband's going to do all the clocks in the house. I just make that assumption. When I wake up, it usually is right. So I remember when I was a kid, I used to dial 0 to say, what time is it really? Ask the operator. All right, March 8th. The daughters of Zelophehad, Numbers 27, 1 through 11. One day a petition was presented by the daughters of Zelophehad, Mala, Noah, Hoglid, Milcah, and Tirzah. Their father, Zelophehad, was a descendant of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, son of Joseph. These women stood before Moses, Eleazar the priest, and the tribal leaders, and the entire community at the entrance of the tabernacle. Our father died in the wilderness, they said. He was not among Korah's followers who rebelled against the Lord. He died because of his own sin, but he had no sons. Why should the name of our father disappear from his clan just because he had no sons? Give us property along with the rest of our relatives. So Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord replied to Moses, the claim of the daughters of Zelophehad is legitimate. You must give them a grant of land along with their father's relatives. Assign them the property that would have been given to their father. And give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If a man dies and has no son, then give his inheritance to his daughters. And if he has no daughter, either transfer his inheritance to his brothers. And if he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. But if his father has no brothers, give his inheritance to the nearest relative in his clan. This is a legal requirement for the people of Israel, just as the Lord commanded Moses. Joshua chosen to lead Israel, Numbers 27, 12 through 23. One day, the Lord said to Moses, climb one of the mountains east of the river and look out over the land I have given the people of Israel. After you have seen it, you will die like your brother Aaron, for you both rebelled against my instructions in the wilderness of Zin. When the people of Israel rebelled, you failed to demonstrate my holiness to them at the waters. These are the waters of Meribah at Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. Then Moses said to the Lord, O Lord, you are the God who gives breath to all creatures. Please appoint a new man as a leader for the community. Give them someone who will guide them wherever they go and will lead them into battle. So the community of the Lord will not be like sheep without a shepherd. The Lord replied, take Joshua, son of Nun, who has the Spirit in him, and lay your hands on him. Present him to Eleazar the priest before the whole community and publicly commission him to lead the people. Transfer some of your authority to him, so the whole community of Israel will obey him. When the directions from the Lord is needed, Joshua will stand before Eleazar the priest, who will use the Urim, one of the sacred lots cast before the Lord, to determine his will. This is how Joshua and the rest of the community of Israel will determine everything they should do. So Moses did as the Lord commanded. He presented Joshua to Eleazar the priest and the whole community. Moses laid his hands on him and commissioned him to lead the people, just as the Lord had commanded through Moses. The daily offerings, Numbers 28, 1 through 8. The Lord said to Moses, give these instructions to the people of Israel. The offerings you present as special gifts are a pleasing aroma to me. They are my food. See to it that they are brought at the appointed times and offered according to my instructions. Say to the people, this is a special gift you must present to the Lord as your daily burnt offering. You must offer 2 one-year-old male lambs with no defects. Sacrifice 1 lamb in the morning and the other in the evening. With each lamb, you must offer a grain offering of 2 quarts of choice flour mixed with 1 quart of pure oil of pressed olives. This is a regular burnt offering instituted at Mount Sinai as a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. Along with it, you must present the proper liquid offering of 1 quart of alcoholic drink with each lamb poured out in the holy place as an offering to the Lord. Offer the second lamb in the evening with the same grain offering and liquid offering. It, too, is a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. The Sabbath offerings, Numbers 28, 9 through 10. On the Sabbath day, sacrifice 2 one-year-old male lambs with no defects. They must be accompanied. They must be. They must be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil, 6 quarts with each bull. 4 quarts with the ram and 2 quarts with each lamb. This is a burnt offering and will be a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. You must also present a liquid offering with each sacrifice. 2 quarts of wine for each bull, a third of a gallon for the ram, and 1 quart for each lamb. Present this monthly burnt offering on the first day of each month throughout the year. Winnie? No. Don't touch that. No. On the first day of each month, you must also offer 1 male goat for sin offering to the Lord. This is in addition to the regular burnt offering and its accompanying liquid offering. No. Offerings for the Passover, Numbers 16, 20 through 25. On the 14th day of the first month, you must celebrate the Lord's Passover. On the following day, the 15th day of the month, a joyous 7-day festival will begin, but no bread made with yeast may be eaten. The first day of the festival will be an official day for Holy Assembly, and no work may be done on that day. As a special gift, you must present a burnt offering to the Lord: 2 young bulls, 1 ram, a 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. These will be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil, 6 quarts with each bull, 4 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs. You must also offer a male goat as a sin offering to purify yourselves and make yourself right with the Lord. Present these offerings in addition to your regular morning burnt offering. On each day of the 7 days of the festival, this is how you must prepare the food offering that is presented as a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. These will be offered in addition to the regular burnt offerings and liquid offerings. On the 7th day of the festival will be another official day for Holy Assembly, and no ordinary work may be done on that day. Offerings for the Festival of Harvest, Numbers 28, 26 through 31. At the Festival of Harvest, when you present the first of your new grain to the Lord, you must call an official day for Holy Assembly, and you may do no ordinary work on that day. Present a special burnt offering on that day as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It will consist of 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and a 7-year-old male lamb. These will be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil, 6 quarts with each bull, 4 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs. Also, offer 1 male goat to purify yourselves and make yourselves right with the Lord. Prepare these special burnt offerings along with their liquid offerings in addition to the regular burnt offerings and its accompanying grain offering. Be sure that all the animals you sacrifice have no defects. Offerings for the Festival of Trumpets, Numbers 29, 1 through 6. Celebrate the Festival of Trumpets each year on the first day of the appointed month in early autumn. You must call an official day for Holy Assembly, and you may do no ordinary work. On that day, you must present a burnt offering as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It will consist of 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. These must be accompanied by grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil, 6 quarts with the bull, 4 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs. In addition, you must sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering to purify yourselves and make yourselves right with the Lord. These special sacrifices are in addition to your regular monthly and daily burnt offerings. They must be given with their prescribed grain offerings and liquid offerings. These offerings are given as a special gift to the Lord, a pleasing aroma to him. Offerings for the Day of Atonement, Numbers 29, 7 through 11. 10 days later, on the 10th day of the same month, you must call another holy assembly. On that day, the Day of Atonement, the people must go without food and must do no ordinary work. You must present a burnt offering as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It will consist of 1 young bull, 1 ram, and a 7 one-year-old male lambs with no defects. These offerings must be accompanied by the prescribed grain offerings of choice flour moistened with olive oil, 6 quarts of choice flour with the bull, 4 quarts of choice flour with the ram, and 2 quarts of choice flour with each of the 7 lambs. You must also sacrifice 1 male goat for a sin offering. This is in addition to the offering of atonement and the regular daily burnt offering with its grain offering and their accompanied liquid offerings. Offerings for the Festival of Shelters, Numbers 29, 12 through 40. 5 days later, on the 15th day of the same month, you must call another holy assembly of all the people, and you may do no ordinary work on that day. It is the beginning of the festival of shelters, a 7-day festival to the Lord. On the first day of the festival, you must present a burnt offering as a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It will consist of 13 young bulls, 2 rams, and a 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings must be accompanied by grain offering of choice flour moistened with olive oil. 6 quarts of each of the 13 6 quarts for each of the 13 bulls, 4 quarts for each of the 2 rams, and 2 quarts for each of the 14 lambs. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering, with its accompanied grain and offering and liquid offering. On the second day of this 7-day festival, sacrifice 12 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings, bulls, rams, and lambs, must be accompanied by its prescribed grain offering and liquid offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering, with its accompanying grain offering, and liquid offering. On the third day of the festival, sacrifice 11 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by its prescribed grain offering and liquid offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its accompanying grain and offering and liquid offering. On the fourth day of the festival, sacrifice 10 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by its prescribed grain offering and liquid offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and liquid offering. On the 5th day of the festival, sacrifice 9 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by its prescribed grain offering and liquid offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and liquid offering. On the 6th day of the festival, sacrifice 8 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by its prescribed grain offering and liquid offering. You must also sacrifice a male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its accompanying grain and liquid offering. On the 7th day of the festival, sacrifice 7 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings of bulls, rams, and lambs must be accompanied by its prescribed grain offering and liquid offering. You must also sacrifice 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its accompanying grain offering and liquid offering. On the 8th day of the festival, proclaim another holy day. You must do no ordinary work on that day. You must present a burnt offering as a special gift, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It will consist of 1 young bull, 1 ram, 7 one-year-old male lambs, all with no defects. Each of these offerings must be accompanied by its prescribed grain offering and liquid offering. You must also sacrifice 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering and its accompanying grain offering and liquid offering. You must present these offerings to the Lord at your annual festivals. These are in addition to the sacrifices and offerings you present in connection with vows or as voluntary offerings, burnt offerings, grain offerings, liquid offerings, or peace offerings. So Moses gave all of these instructions to the people of Israel as the Lord had commanded. Whew, that is a lot of offerings right there. A hard read, all that repetition of the same info. Oh my goodness, I have a tough time reading that section. I always do. Hi, honey. Hi. Yes, I see you. And I feel your scratches and I feel your teeth. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, let me scroll through the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything this morning. Oh, we're headed to church, so I thought I'd wear a dress today because usually I don't wear a dress at all in the winter or the fall. Like I can't stay on my legs being cold. So I thought I would wear a dress today because it's only going to be 71. So hopefully that means that the temperature in the church will just be nice and not 30 below. Because once there's like a season where I can go in spring and summer clothes and tolerate it. And then that season closes when summer comes because every place is so flippin' air conditioned that I can't stand to wear like summer dresses. I have to bring a big heavy sweater. Oh, you are scratching me all to pieces this morning, Renee. All right, my friends, let's go ahead and close in prayer. God our Father, thank you for this day together. We just want to tell you we love you and honor you and thank you for being a God that we can boldly approach the throne. We're so blessed to know our God personally. And I just thank you and praise you for the reading of your word this morning. Even when it's difficult and hard, your word never returns void. God, I pray for each woman here today and all the things they're going through. We ask for continued strength for our friend Alicia and healing for my brother-in-law, Chris. And we just ask for your continued peace to surround them and your provision. And God, we just lay both of them at your feet and all the other concerns and heavy difficulties and things that people are going through here. We just lay that at your feet and ask for your grace and mercy. God, as we go through this day, help us to be wise with all the things that we do. Help us to focus on you as our God and not the world and its expectations from us. In your precious name we pray. Amen. All right, girls. Thanks for joining me this morning. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I thought once her puppy teeth were gone, she'd stop biting me, but it didn't happen. And now she just bites me with bigger teeth. They're not as sharp, but they're stronger. Could you quit licking my strawberry scented armpit stuff? Deodorant, whatever they call it. Smells like berries, and so she thinks it's tasty. I don't need my armpits licked anytime soon. All right, girls, I love you. Have a great day, and I will see you all back for devotions tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.